Sometimes you need a really tall monitor. And with that, hey, hi, hello, welcome to
Real
lunch
good.
with the boys. We just have small children-sized monitors on our desk.
It's about as tall up as my hand goes. You know what?
you're like, can I show it?
It's like it is a massive monitor right there on
That's
the back
actually
there.
kind of sick, honestly. Wait,
I
wait,
like it
wait.
a lot. Like, yeah, it's almost too tall though. Because like if I'm looking at the top of our notes, like look at this is me looking at the top of the notes.
Yeah,
Look
it's
how high up I'm
way
looking
up
right now.
there. Well, you don't look at the top of the
Yeah, I was
notes.
gonna
You
say
gotta look like,
realistically I should have it split in half, like the top half be teams right now and the bottom half be the notes for the live.
yeah. See, I split mine like half and half, like sideways. So I've got an ultra wide. I've got my main like monitor that's right here, but then I have an ultra wide right here that I have like work chat,
Yeah.
not work chat.
So, but I can't do the horizontal split on a vertical monitor because then you just got two like
Well,
very
no.
skinny, So I'd have to do it split that way, which is what I'm talking about doing. Like the top half up here will be teams, and then my notes, and then probably once we're done with this call, I'll swap the notes out with Discord and move Discord up to the top, and then teams down to the bottom.
See, and I've never had like a vertical monitor like that, but it looks really sick. And for like scrolling things, I think that would be really nice,
Yeah.
especially in Teams when I'm just imagining all of the scenarios where I'm searching Teams for like, where did we send this message? I know that I sent this link to this person. Where did it go? What did I say
So
along with it?
so I've had vertical right here for a long time, but it's been the monitor that I currently like is now my main monitor right here.
Yeah.
And the reason I did that was with the graphics card switch that I just did. I ran like a bottleneck test, and it said like, yeah, you will bottleneck it at 1080. You will not bottleneck it at 2K, which seems backwards to me. But
Yeah. Wait, what?
yeah, yeah. So this was a 2K monitor. Ironically, my best monitor was just a Discord Teams vertical monitor that I was just sitting on because like I
Yeah.
didn't have a card that could do 2K anyways. So
Hmm.
I put this up now in 2K. I moved this one over here, and so now what was my vertical? I was like, well, I need a new one, so I put the ultra wide there. It's almost too tall though. I just don't like looking all the way up there. And so
You
I'm
need like
considering like switching back to the 1080. But if I do that, I want to make sure I switch back to like a 1080 with like a high hertz, high response rate, so or
yeah.
refresh rate, so that like I get the full like 60 to 144 frames that I should be getting out of it.
Yeah, well, 100%. If you're going to be, so I'm in the same scenario. Before I had my upgraded computer that I'm on now, I was using a laptop, and I used my laptop screen as like my main monitor. And then I had this really nice, not widescreen, but it's like a big flat screen, really
Yeah.
nice. I think it's a 4K monitor. Like it's a nice monitor.
Yeah.
And I was
I'm
just using it for Microsoft Teams and Discord and like Kindle reading. Like I'd have
yeah.
a Kindle in like one corner. And I'm
I
like,
I had to order a special stand to turn this ultra wide vertical like this.
not
I spent
surprised.
it was only like $35, $40 or something like that to get a stand to turn it vertical. And I'm thinking if I do swap back to the other monitor and like the ultra wide is no longer my vertical, I might take this stand and like as we see, like I got like my TV monitor right there as well. I think I might put the stand behind it and then
Okay.
put a fourth monitor over top of the TV screen right there.
What do they call it? They battle stations,
Battle
right? You're
station,
building up your
exactly,
battle station
exactly.
with as many.
And I have with the new card, I have enough space. I have enough US or HDMI slots to be able to do even another monitor on top of that, which I was thinking about doing above this one here. But then I have nowhere for my ring light.
So, question for you: How your graphics card? How many HDMI inputs do you have? Because on mine, I only had one HDMI input, and then I had the rest
Or
display
display
ports.
ports, yeah.
Okay,
And DisplayPort is better.
display
DisplayPort
port
gives
is better.
yes, like I think HDMI you'll only ever get 60 frames out of it. If you want to get up
Oh,
to like that 144 frames, if you have a 144 hertz monitor and everything,
yeah.
then you're gonna need to use DisplayPort.
Oh, maybe I need to swap over my main
You probably
monitor to
should.
display port then,
If you,
because I'm using
yeah,
display port on my extra.
yeah, no,
This
your
is
main one, you want your main one hooked up through DisplayPort.
This is good rep tech support. That's what we're doing today. But actually, welcome to all the guests. Our game plan today is to hop into website building. If you're a small business owner and you have a website, here's some do's and don'ts. Here's some best practices. Here's some things to kind of keep in mind when you're building out a website, when you're working on, finding someone to build you a website, stuff like that. That's kind of what we wanted to dive into. As always, it's lunchtime. I'm a little bit distracted, and as soon as we start diving into computers, I mean, we both just did these like upgrades, and it feels good.
It
Like
does.
I, I mean, using your new computer, how much better do you think it is compared to what you did? And what was your upgrade? What'd you upgrade from to?
So the only thing I've upgraded thus far has been the graphics card. I
Okay.
had um a what is it, GTX 1070. So like
Hmm.
around like a, I don't know, it's probably like a 10-year, 12-year-old card at this point. Like
I was
very,
like, wait, yeah. Because it's
yeah,
1070. Did they have 2070s, 3070s, and now they're up to
50.
5070s?
They're in the 50 series.
Yeah.
I upgraded from a 1070 to a 5060, which is about
Dang.
like a 2.5 to 3x jump in power. Um,
Dang.
I am still sitting on my old CPU right now. I'm
Hmm.
looking. I've got a CPU upgrade in mind. It's going to cost me probably about $250. But it is like the best upgrade I can do without having to upgrade like the motherboard and the RAM as well.
Yeah.
Um, and it used to be like an $800 chip. Now I can get it for like 250. So
What what
and I'll
chip is it?
probably see like 3x increase. It's a Ryzen 9 2800, I believe. I think was the number. I don't know. I have it saved on the computer. I'd
Yeah.
have to like double check and dive into it, but yeah,
I've
around like $300 probably for the upgrade, and I think I will see. It'll feel like I'm sitting at a completely new computer. Um,
mhm.
the graphics card already, like I do a lot of gaming and stuff, and so like I it took me until like 1 a.m. to like do like everything that I was doing with the computer. So like I
Mhm.
just went to bed and installed things, and then the next day was Friday and I had to go to like my Friday gig. And so like I
Uh,
was just sitting here like I want to go home and test games. I want to go home and test games.
dude. So when I put this computer together, I went to Ren Fair the next day.
Oh,
Micah came over to help me put together my computer on Friday. Like he came over at like 2:30 and he was here until like 7 or 8. So we finished it and I'm like I'm early to bed. I'm in bed at like 8:39. So like I was in bed shortly after getting it all set up. And then the next morning at 8 a.m. we left for Ren Fair.
oof,
And I was
oof.
gone all
And you
weekend.
camped like you do like an overnight
Oh
Ren
yeah,
Fair thing,
yeah.
right?
No,
Yeah,
we were
you do
we
like
were
the
gone
whole
until
weekend.
Sunday night.
Yeah, tough.
Uh
Tough. But hey, I bet
well,
Path of Exile 2 is running great for you.
don't even talk to
Magic
me.
Arena probably getting a smooth 144 FPS right now.
I actually, so fun fact, I went in and I did my first video recording that I've done in a hot second today. I did all 31 days of August. I uploaded a video all 31 days, which more than anything else, pro tip for small business owners, stay consistent. If you're going to
This
make
is
content, do
key.
it consistently.
It's
I
key.
say as I've fallen off the past couple of days. But
You did a whole month. You did a whole
exactly,
month. That was the goal. It's
that was
okay
my
to take a
goal.
break after reaching a goal.
Well, and so that's where I'm kind of at is I am realizing with myself that if I set myself goals, if I'm like, hey, I'm going to do this and here's my payoff, I will get it done. But if I'm not setting goals, if I'm not setting like this is my next step, this is what I'm doing, I will put something on the back burner so much, man. It is
Yeah.
an awful habit of mine.
Yeah. I feel
Um,
that.
so with this recording, I felt bad because I was like, I accomplished my goal and I immediately fell off because I didn't have another goal. I didn't have
Yeah.
another game plan.
You
So
just
I
got to
got the
figure
new
that out.
computer put together. And well, exactly. Now I'm like, okay, what's my next goal? My next
Yeah.
goal is to at least maintain some type of consistency on uploads. I'll probably not do every single day, but I'll probably do 3, 4, 5 times a week and see if I can maintain that. I've been tempted to do different like video uploads too on different topics or different games just to try
Yeah.
them out.
Yeah. Once my rig I think is confidently running things like the graphics card is huge. I'm seeing higher quality, but like I definitely still get stutters and CPU heavy stuff.
Mhm.
So as soon as I get that, yeah, I think I might branch into like getting some stuff live. I got to figure out my whole backdrop situation though. This isn't streamer quality backdrop here. You got the sleeping kitty and the evolutions in the background there. You're
I
starting to get
do.
it figured out.
The plant, I think honestly, the plant is one of my favorites. You'll see I have two end tables here instead of like an actual like end
Yeah.
table.
Yeah.
So I need to get that. That's my one of my next things.
The
I need to get
lifetime
a
supply
picture
of
desk.
peanuts goes hard over there.
Hey man, peanuts are healthy.
Oh yeah.
An amazing healthy snack.
Yo, so I like while I was out on vacation,
Mhm.
like some of like the wedding spread, there was like a lot of Persian food. You know, they're Iranian family, they're all Persian, and they one thing that I just couldn't get myself away from. They brought in like buckets of like imported cashews from Iran, and like it
Yeah.
was cashews and like already cracked pistachios and like all the best nuts, and then there were peanuts in there, and I do like peanuts, but like when you have like every like high quality nut in there and then you
When
got
you see
peanuts in there, you're just sitting there like just picking out all the cashews and pistachios.
when I
It was
see
a
I
bowl. It was
nothing feels bougier than already like peeled
yeah.
pistachios. Like you see those peeled pistachios and you're like, "Ooh, you got money."
Yeah,
Like
oh, I was
that's
excited, dude. I got like I went the entire wedding. I didn't discover it until like the wedding night at the after party that I had just been there all day, and I was just like, oh, like this would have been gone if I knew about it. I'd have eaten all of this.
you would have been going hard.
It
But I
would have been
mean,
a
at the end
problem.
of the day, like nuts are really healthy for you, man. They're a
Yeah,
good snack to have around, good protein. They're filling.
they can be a little salty.
Well, yeah, if you get them salted, they're gonna be salty. But
I get them
I mean, you can
salted.
get them like non-salted. But
You can also
oh
get lightly
no,
salted.
you don't want to get non-salted
Yeah.
nuts.
Then all of a sudden, like, who wants them?
Yeah. But let's get into it. Let's actually hop in. And I want to like get
What are we
your
doing? Are we
opinion
live?
because like let's be blunt. You are the one who builds the websites generally for
Yeah.
clients. You're the one who's like, "Okay, we've got a new client. Let's put this website together. Let's see what we've got going on." What is your like to-do list? What's your checklist? Like if you're starting brand new fresh, like what do you want to see on websites?
So
Like
first thing I'm doing is looking at like other sites in the industry, you know, depending
okay.
on like what we're doing. You know, we reference like skincare pretty often or like, you know, massage therapy pretty often. So using
Mhm.
those as an example, you know, like I'm going to go look at first off, like the largest skincare I can. It doesn't have to be local. I want to like, you know, go find me Tresemme or I don't know, that's probably hair. I don't know. But like you go find like, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
some big skincare company. You look at that and then you go local. And then you look at, okay, what are they doing in comparison to what the big people are doing? And then you take that as notes for what you now are doing. It's a copycat game. Sometimes you feel a little dirty. You want to do something unique in your own, and that is perfectly fine as long as you can deliver. But the first thing you want to do is kind of create yourself a little checklist of these are the industry standards. You know, every one of them has a
Yes.
contact page, every one of them has a service
Yes.
page, every one of them has, you know, whatever it is that they have. You're creating that list of a checklist for you to go through and recreate.
And you'll notice when you're doing this, so you're doing research into competitors. It's competitor research, and it's really, really a basic level thing when you're starting a business or when you're working on your business. And so, if you're a lawn care company, you're going to go look at other lawn care companies and be like, "What's their funnel like? How does a customer sign up? What do they do? What type of upsells do they do?" Because at this point, I mean, almost every single industry that small business owners are going to be jumping in is a solved game. And I'm not saying solved like there's no innovation that you can do or there's nothing unique that you can do or bring to the game or to the table, but there are people who have success. The business is already established. If you're a lawn care company, lawn care companies have been doing lawn care for a long time. So you want to look at all these other lawn care companies and be like, what is working for them? And a lot of what you'll find when you're doing this is a lot of the basics of have a form. When someone fills out the form, it needs to send them an email. You need to have social media that is active. You need to have faces associated with your company. And that's when you get into the lower levels. When you're doing that high level research and you're looking at Tresemme, again, I don't think Tresemme is
I
right.
think it's hair. I'm like 90%. As soon as I said it, I was like, I think that's hair care, not skincare.
But
I
still,
don't know.
uh,
Avon.
Avon, isn't Avon an MLM? Or am I
Yeah, I mean,
crazy?
yes, but it's a skincare ML.
Okay, okay. But it's a skincare MLM. Fair. So then what you want to do is you want to find your niche, you want to find your area, but you want to look at everyone else in that area and figure out what they're doing because they're probably doing all of the things that you need to do. I know for example, like if you're a lawn care company and you're generating leads for lawn care, you're not just doing like cutting grass. You're edging, mowing, you're
Yeah.
doing landscaping, you're laying rock. You have a lot of other things that you can do. And so you want to be able to upsell into those things. You want to be able to cross sell, cross pollinate. You want to find different lists and ways to reach out to people. So, like, we started with a lawn care company. We're like, we're going to run ads for lawn care. We're going to have a lawn care package. Well, we found that people were calling and they're like, hey, you guys do lawn care. Do you also do landscaping? And it's like, wait, wait, wait. So, lawn care, we have our one thing that we do really well. But if we upsell into landscaping, we can make a lot more profit. We already have these customers. They already trust us, and we can take on this extra responsibility for extra pay. Why are we not doing this? And that's something that you wouldn't necessarily realize if you're starting out as your, a small business owner. You have your one truck and your own lawn mower.
Yeah, I will say in a situation like that, and this is kind of like a step away from like the focus on for when you're building your website and everything.
Hmm.
But if you do find yourself in an industry where it's like, oh, I do this really well, but I'm finding other people are asking about like a different service, and you're like, but I have no interest in that service, you still have a great opportunity there to basically collect their information and then like be like, well, I can get you in contact with a different service, and like other, like a landscaping company would be very interested to buy that information from you, so like
Yeah.
never just throw away that type of like that type of opportunity. You
Well,
can always find a way to at least profit a little bit.
yeah, and I think it goes back to like the mindset of being a small business owner. Everything is worth money. Like people's information, if people are willing to pay for something, you need to be on top of that. It's part of being a small business owner is, hey, what
Yeah.
can we do here?
So taking it back to your website, you
Mhm.
ever find yourself when you get to like your sign up portion or anything like that, and you're like, hey, what service are you interested in? And you know that there are going to be people who are interested in a service you don't have. It never hurts to also have that listed, because then at least you have their information and you know that they are a qualified, interested lead.
Yeah. The more you can qualify leads, the better. And then you're getting into like deep marketing stuff. But
Yeah.
it's if you're a massage therapist and you're like, hey, come fill out my information. And now I've got a list of, 200, 300 clients, and you're emailing them out like, hey, we're all interested in massage therapy. Are you interested in anything else? You're upselling into products. Okay. So you all are interested in massage. Are you interested in holistic health? Here are some options. Are you interested in a chiropractor? Are you interested in whatever other tangential industries that you could possibly like relate someone to? And you have the opportunity to kind of market to them because you've already provided a service. Now you don't want to do that. And I think a lot of small business owners are scared to reach out to their audience, to their clients or the people who purchase from them. At least that's been my experience. Every time I've talked to a small business owner, they're like, yeah, I don't want to burn bridges. I don't want to like over communicate with people.
Well, what good is a bridge if you don't walk it?
Yeah, the bridge is just sitting there. It's gonna fall into
It'll,
disarray
it'll,
and
it'll rot
disrepair.
away if it doesn't get used. So
Yeah, but I'm looking over. So I did some notes. I always do some notes for these, and I'm looking at first impressions for like brand new websites. Really, really matter when you
yeah.
like first land on a website. Like, okay, I'm trying to think of an example. If you're gonna go to a restaurant and you land on a website, what's the first thing you look at when you like Google the name? Are you looking for a Google business profile? Are you looking for a website
So
that's
like, what is
legit?
the first thing I'm looking for in like search results? Like
Yeah.
that's what you're asking. So for as a web designer slash SEO specialist, you'd think that I would care much more about search results than I actually do. I am just looking for whatever is like, I don't care as much about like when they do like their local pack, or like they have like, like the here's like our predetermined top 5 for you. I mostly am looking for, as soon as you get past the sponsors, like what are just the natural top 5 lists in Google. Like
Hmm.
Google nowadays will do like a lot of slap AI at the top and be like, this is what we think. And then it'll be like, here's 4 suggestions. And then here's 2 sponsored ones. And I'm like, scroll, scroll, scroll. Okay, here's the real SERP. Here's the real search results. These are what
Yeah.
I'm taking. I don't want to take what I'm being fed anymore. I'm pretty much taking what has earned itself a place at the top.
Yeah. And so when you're like you're googling, hey, chicken restaurant near me. And
Yeah.
you find the first one. Are you clicking on the website generally? Are you going to the Google business profile and like looking at their menu? Because
So
I know.
restaurant is an interesting one. So like if it's like restaurant, yes. If I'm like, hey, what food is around me? I don't need to go to a Popeyes website. You know?
Yeah,
Like
that's fair.
but like if I'm doing something else like tailoring, is like a big one that I found myself
Okay.
doing like a lot of searches recently with my party and stuff that I've been going to. So like,
Yeah.
like I did tailoring, and then I went to like all the websites, and I found none of the tailoring websites really have very great websites or anything like that. So then it became okay, well, which ones have easy to find phone numbers? And then I started
Okay.
calling whichever ones had like the easiest phone numbers for me to get to. Um,
Interesting.
yeah, really, like I'm a big believer in situations are situational. Like it's hard for me to blanket like, oh, how would I look at a search result without actually being in the situation to look at the search result.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like as marketers, we have to look at that situation and be like, okay, if I am a tailor now and I'm hearing this feedback of like, okay, a lot of these tailor websites were not great, hard to navigate, and the phone number, when you called on the phone number, did you run into anything like super interesting or not cool? A lot of dead lines, dead
I'm not
air,
gonna say
AI?
not cool. Definitely not gonna say not cool following what I'm about to say. Um, they were all heavily Korean accented and like so
Okay.
hard to understand them over the phone. But I've also since been doing all that, and like I love that because I feel like that's the best service I've gotten.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I've
yeah.
I've I've gone to one where it was like, me talking on the phone, and it's like, oh, this tailoring job sucked. But now every time I go and it's like an old Korean lady, but she nails it, dude. And so I'm like,
I
yes,
mean,
perfect.
hell, I'm here for it. And that's, I mean, that's kind of a vibe because I will say we talk about this in massage therapy and we talk about this with a number of our clients because our clients that we have that work in these industries, like our massage therapist client, we have one guy and I'm like, you look like a massage therapist, like I want to highlight you because you are massage
Yeah.
therapy. People are going to get this service because they look at you and you're like, oh goodness, that guy is going to be able to like get these knots out of my back. I appreciate that. Like that's a really good sell, and I feel like that's something.
And he obviously he has worries like he doesn't want himself being like the face of the brand, which we've
Yeah.
talked about many a times, and then the other being in like, while I want to say it feels a little like crazy to have this mindset, I'm also coming in as like a 5'6" middle class white man who like
Mhm.
has never experienced kind of what he has. He's a larger, kind of burly African American guy, and like he worries that that's going to be like people are going to be like, no, that's not who we want touching us. And I get that he's
Uh,
probably had that experience in his life where it's like people don't want it as much. And to me it seems crazy, but also
yeah. Well,
I've
and it's
never experienced it.
exactly. It's valid because I do, it's not something that we've experienced, but it is like crazy to hear, and it's kind of like it sucks to hear honestly because I look at it and I'm excited. I'm like, hell yeah, you are exactly the type of person that I would want to be in this position.
Hmm.
But I know that the
Not
world in
everybody shares
general is
our
a different
yeah.
place.
Yep.
God.
The world people aren't very cool. I had my experience with that today, so the
Yeah, I
world
was
kind
gonna
of
say, do you
sucks.
wanna do you wanna
Not
do you wanna
really.
get into it?
Not really. No,
Okay,
I feel
didn't
like
think
the
so.
more light we bring to it, the more that guy wins, you
Yeah,
know?
and trolls suck. Don't
Trolls
give
suck.
them access to yourself, and try not to let them get to you.
Yeah.
Karma will have its work. But I will
Oh,
say, so when I'm
I
doing Googling and I'm looking at websites and I'm like, hey, I want to check out this service. Most recently, it was with like game shops and stuff like that.
yeah.
Um, I made a couple of notes. I want to get these out. If your website takes a while to load, if it's really difficult to read, like if you're using off eggshell white text on a white background or your sand colored text on a white background, or your dark gray with a black background, make it easy to read.
Yes.
And accessibility, you need to be able to understand and get through the site. If someone's blind, if someone can't see, they can't hear, they need to be able to navigate your site. um there are some capabilities that are easier than others. Like I know because we did some handicapping stuff on one of our sites, didn't we? I'm trying to think.
Handicapping stuff. We went through, I know, B balanced, like we had to go through and kind of like dial back some of the things that were on it, like the image sizes and stuff like that, because it was causing like massive load issues.
Yeah, I was more so thinking like speech to text for for like images, alt text on images so that
Oh,
people can
oh, you're
understand
saying
what's
like
going
actually,
on.
I thought you were saying like we had to disable things on like you're saying like
No,
we
no, no,
actually
no,
had
no.
to like add like disability like how do we want to say it? Just tools or like
Yeah, just tools and
accessibility.
capabilities so
Yeah,
it makes it easier to navigate the site because I
I
know that
didn't.
there is you
I never did that on anything. James might have.
I was gonna say
It seems like something James would have touched on
maybe
with
that was
something.
something that I worked on with
He
James.
covers all his corners.
Don't feed the trolls. I'm just looking
Yeah,
at some comments. Yeah, don't
yeah,
feed the trolls. Worth not worth it.
yeah,
But yeah, if you're looking at a website and you're trying to go through, those are the three main things. Like you want to make sure that it loads quick, readable, usable. Like my experience when I land on your landing page needs to be good, and if it's not, I'm going to be really upset. Like
yeah.
I'll click off more than anything else.
Something that you really want to kind of make sure is also their like first impression, first look at a landing page. Give the and this is something I'm bad at, and I'm going through and kind of like reworking a lot of the stuff that I've done to try and fix it. You want to give someone as many opportunities to sign up for anything that you have as possible. Newsletter, like ordering something, just anything that they can sign up for that you can collect that information because that's going to go a long way in creating long time customers. um Put that towards you want it as often as possible and as soon as possible. So
Mhm.
like I need to be better at having a form at the top fold of all of my sites. So
Yeah.
I hate the way it looks. I hate it
Well,
because from the other end, I feel like it's like this is all they care about, and it is. But like I don't know. I never like that feeling. But more people will sign up if like the very first thing they see is a sign up option.
it's the mindset of like you're not building for yourself.
Yeah.
And I think we need to realize, especially like me, I've had to deal with this a lot recently where like I am hypercritical of ads and like flows and emails and stuff like that, where I'm like, this is awful. Why would you ever send this? What is your landing page going on? It's because it works.
Yeah.
Like when you see big companies do these things, they do it because it works.
Like
So
I
like when
think
we
go ahead, finish
Oh,
your
I
thought.
was just gonna say, so when we talk about like putting a form above the fold, so it's the first thing that you see. I know it's one of those things that Joe for Joey Matterhorn fame loves to bring up is if it's above the fold, it needs to be there. They see it right away. They're more likely to fill it out. Always do it. There's no other option, and it is factually correct.
And
It might
exactly
not be great,
what I
but
was about to say is Joey Matterhorn, the owner Joe, he
mhm,
has a tendency to like be like, we need to do things like this. And we sit there and we're like, that is crazy. This is dumb. No, we go in on it. Like we
yeah,
we will like love Joe because he's so open to us being like that. Because then he also sits back and is like, well, watch it. Watch what happens.
exactly.
And then
It's
we sit
test it
there and
out,
we
try
eat
it
our
out.
words most of the
And
time. Sometimes we're like, fucking
well,
told you.
and I
You
was
know?
so I got into it with Eric last week. We had a really, really great show, honestly, about kind of Eric's experience with Joe and like working with him throughout the years because Eric has been around for quite a while.
Yeah.
And he was running me through. Did he ever tell you about complete these offers way
Yes.
back when?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, we were diving into it, and I'm like, I he was telling me we created complete these offers just so that I could get Joe off my back because he was wanting updates on pages all the time. So I gave him a really quick like little page builder that he can just do whatever he wants on, and it
And then
was
it evolved into
literally
Apex,
like
didn't it?
yeah, well, it evolved into Apex. It's the whole reason we have a landing page builder is because Eric put this little page builder together in like a weekend or something. It was like, hey Joe, now you can do your own. And the whole reason it worked is because it was quick, easy, and simple, and that's what Joe wanted and needed.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I remember him. I might have even I don't remember if like I've heard this story or if I was just watching the live when you guys were talking about it. But I
mm,
remember him being like, he thought he was like, "Here you go, Joe. Go play with it yourself. See what you can do." Expecting Joe to be like, "Ah, it's great" or
I ain't
whatever,
gonna
you
do
know.
that.
And then he's like, Joe like dove into it. Joe was like in it for like hours. Like, "Hey, how do I do this? Can we make it so it can do this?" And I was like, "That's awesome," because like that's like a level of excitement I want to see Joe have for like any of the stuff we do for him, but like now I just think there's so many like cards on the table that he can't like take that level of excitement to like our projects as much. Um
Yeah.
but like I don't know. I think that's awesome to hear like a story like that where Joe like gets excited at a product like that and actually dives into it.
Yeah, and it is. It's difficult when you're a CEO to dive in on the ground floor and you're like, oh, they're working on these random projects. I know for a reviewed project, he dove in and was like, oh my goodness, look at all of this plugin, look at everything that we can do. And now it takes a lot of work on top of it. So he needs to like let it go for a little bit and
Yeah.
come back for the update later. But that's kind of where we end up in a little bit of a hang up.
You gotta learn to sparse feed him things, like, so, like, you can't be like, "Look at all the new things that we have." You gotta be like, "Hey, look at this new thing," so you can get excited about that and be like, "Oh, now on top of that, look at this new thing," so you can get excited about that. You give him too many, he's like, "Now the world is ours," you know?
We're ready to take over, and it's like, no, no, we've been working for forever on all of these changes. Oh my goodness. Similarly with these types of things, don't hide your price. Don't hide your services. All of your information should be there and accessible. I
Yeah.
think courses more than anything else are the big bad purveyor of this. Like you can buy courses, some courses are like really upfront about it, but a lot of them will be like you need to fill out your information before you can get your personalized pricing model and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I really, really hate that.
It's so, going back to, like, when I worked at Bath Planet and
Hmm.
or the bath manufacturer, whoop, and, I don't think I have to hide that, but, when I was working for them and, like, their whole thing was, like, "Don't tell people prices." Like, you won't get them to, like, sign up if they know how much this is gonna cost, and it's like, well, if they won't even sign up if they know how much it's gonna cost, like, what makes you think they're gonna buy it when they know how much it costs? Like, I get like the salesman can probably pitch $20,000 expense better than I could. But on that same note, like if that person was like, I'm not going to spend over $10,000 on a tub, why would we have our guys go out there when we know it's going to be like 17,000? You know, like,
Yeah. Well, and I'm curious because in that scenario, and this is where devil's advocate, we had this conversation the other day about like
mhm.
corporate mindset and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, they want you to generate a lead of someone who is interested. They are in particular like we only have 17K bathtubs, but that lead is probably still worth something. They can probably downsell into something cheaper. They probably do more than just
Yeah, yeah.
$17,000
Like,
bathtubs.
well, I know for a fact that, like, because I was on the sales side, you're not
Yeah.
getting away with their tubs for anything less than about 12,000. That's probably the
Gee.
cheapest you would ever get something, and that is not what you are seeing when you go into that showroom. That is you getting a white bathtub with white tiles and, like, and not even tiles, it's all acrylic, but it looks like tiles. Um, yeah, it's, like, all etched to look like tiles. It's like, just get tiles. It's the same price at this point. Um
I was gonna say what I don't
the
understand
the
how it's
the
so
the
expensive.
warranty. The warranty was the biggest thing. It's like you spend $17,000 on the bathtub and you have that bathtub for the rest of your life or until it goes out of business, which I think it did. So, like,
That's the thing with warranties is like you can offer a warranty for forever, but it like your company
yeah.
is going to go out of
And
business.
and here's the thing, I bet even if it goes out of business, like, they probably went out of business and then just opened up under a new name, and now they don't have to
Same
honor those
business model.
warranties. Yep.
Yeah. And like bankruptcy, whatever.
Yep.
And like uh I'm just imagining all of the like loopholes that they inevitably would go through in order to do all of that because you said they were like bankrupt. They went out of business or whatever.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
God.
I know they were struggling real bad at the time that I left. Um, like they had sold ownership to someone else, which I don't know what that does to warranties alone. They were still Bath Planet. They still like had all that going on. So when they sold and like they were it was a franchise. So like maybe the bigger company still probably exists and still honors the warranty. The warranty was also backed by the BBB.
Okay.
So like there was that. I will admit they had Better Business Bureau backing it, which meant like even if they that was like my big pitch to people is I would always be like, listen, we're giving you a lifetime warranty. And you're backed by that. We also have the Better Business Bureau warranty. And what that's doing is if you are not happy with the like our service and what we provide with our warranty, you can call them and we will get them to come or and they will come out there and they will do it.
Hmm.
However, like that we run the risk of losing our BBB certification if that happens. we have never we I think we had to do it like as a whole company like twice ever. You know, of all the bathtubs we've ever done, we've only had to do it twice. And that was like my big sales pitch, you know,
Yeah.
for like for at least for the warranty side of it. But like my thing was is like if I could tell people prices, I felt like it I think most of the sales that I again I wasn't the salesperson, but like every lead I set that turned into a sale, I got like commission on.
Mhm.
And like all my commission that I would get were from the people where I was like, listen, guys, I'm gonna be straight up with you. I'm not supposed to tell you how much this tub is gonna cost you, but I'm going to tell you it's going to cost you north of like $13,000, south of 20, you know?
Mhm.
And like those people were like, thank you for telling us that. We will like, and then like I knew like if they still signed up to have someone come out, they weren't going to get hit by that shell shock of like, whoa, $20,000. And they were more likely to buy. And
Yeah.
they were, and they did.
Well, and it's the so there's this concept of creating a form. When you create a form on a website and you create a form anywhere, if you're collecting information from someone, when you go and vote and you fill out the thing, when you go to a funeral and you sign in on the church docket, whatever it might be, whenever you're asking someone for information, the more information you ask, the less likely they are to figure it out. So if you're only asking people for email, you will get 9,000 out of 10,000 people who come through will give you their email. Now, if you're asking for first name, last name, and email, you're going to get 8,000 people. Now, if you add phone number, you're going to get 1,000. Now, if you add, okay, are you also interested in $13,000 tub? Yes, no. That's going to be a drop off from that 1,000 to like 10.
Yeah.
So, yes, no, you're going to have a lead of either 1,000 if you don't know anything about price, or they're only going to have 10. And they already have all these salesmen that they're hired. And maybe out of those 1,000, 10 would convert. Out of those 10, say 9 would convert. Out of those 1,000, if they can get 20 to convert, maybe that's worth it to them. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what their numbers are, but it's like the possibility of getting that conversion without naming the price. You can just get so many more leads, you get the opportunity to sell more. But that just, I mean, I don't agree with it as a
No.
consumer. That's awful, and I want to know your price. Like,
Yeah.
don't hide that from me.
Yeah, and like I do get where there's also like one of the things that I would always say in retort to when people are like, why can't you just tell me the prices? It's like, well, a painter can't tell you how much it's gonna cost to paint your house until he sees the house. You know,
Mhm.
like what happens if we're like, hey, this tub's gonna cost you, you know, we'll lowball, we'll say $12,000, and then we get out there and we're like, you have black mold surrounding your entire tub right now. We need to gut this entire thing, and we're probably gonna have to rework the plumbing as well, you know. And now all of a sudden, like we were like, yeah, it's probably gonna cost you 13,000. Now we drove out there. Now we have to tell you it's gonna be 17,000. You know, and now you're mad at us because
Yeah.
like we went back on our price.
Yeah. And I mean, it's when you're quoting those prices and when you're talking about prices, being like blunt and upfront of what those prices are, why they are that way. Like, if someone is wanting to come in and get something done, hey, it's going to cost about this much. Like, if I'm not, but say I am a contractor and I do bathrooms, you come to me and you're like, hey, how much is it going to cost to get a new bathtub? I'd quote you a price. I'd be like, this is my general price. It can go up for these reasons and it can go down for these reasons. What I don't know what of these you hit. Like, I would that would be on
Yeah.
my that
And
would be on
that
me
was
to
like
figure
my
out.
approach is like I always
Yeah.
told people I was like, so the cheapest I've ever seen one go was 11,000. And then I would be like, and that is nothing you see here. That is like a white bathtub with chrome fixtures and no surround. You know, like that is the
Yeah.
base that you were getting. The most I've seen them go for is $32,000. And that is the sit down walk in tub that is for like old people that was probably helped out by health insurance. You know,
Jeez.
like
So I agree. I'm looking at Sarah's messaging here, and I'm like, I agree because I've looked at bathtubs. Like, you
yeah.
can look at a
So yeah,
bathtub.
yeah. Guys, if you go to Home Depot, you can buy a bathtub for $600 and you're gonna get a fiberglass bathtub that like is like if you were to cut that thing in half, you'd see cardboard inside of it.
Mhm.
Like you're not getting something that like is built to last you a lifetime. Like I don't like the company I work for. I'm not sitting here trying to be like, go get their
I
products.
was gonna say,
But
do you still
but
get
they're
commission?
and while yes, the price that you spend for theirs is definitely, there's a bit of like a name tag on that.
Mhm.
Uh but like what you are getting is definitely 100 times better than that $600 tub at Home Depot. Especially like again, we're installing it. We'll try to keep as much plumbing in place as we can, but we will rework plumbing. Like I said, if there's like mold or anything, we're knocking that out. A lot of like all the pipes that we put in, like every inch of that thing is completely backed by it. Um, um, but yeah, like the you're getting a much better tub and a much better like experience, I
Yeah,
think,
yeah,
going
yeah.
with that, but still not worth the price tag.
Yeah, I think with everything, like especially when you're looking at those big price tags, you do get better. Like you spend more generally, you are going to get better. It's is it enough better for the price that I'm paying? You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Right.
And where I'm looking at it is I wouldn't be comparing Bath Planet to Home Depot. I would
Right.
be comparing Bath Planet to Craig from Craigslist, who has been inputting these and can show me 3 different people and has 100 references in Grand Rapids informed.
Yeah,
Like
well,
that's who I'm
Craig better show me what bathtub he's getting if he's gonna have comparable prices above the, I don't want Craig from or whatever, whoever from Craigslist to go put in a $400 Home Depot tub and charge me, 12,000 for it.
Yes, it would be a process, it would be a thing, but I haven't had a contract. I don't own a house, so this
Yeah, I
isn't
was gonna say,
something that is
I
really
always found
relevant.
that to be the most hilarious thing about my job there is like I'm sitting here trying to sell bathtubs and I'm like, I don't know, I can't put it in my apartment. Like I'll call my landlords, call like the property manager and see if maybe they'll put one in for me.
Call them up, be like, "Hey, I've got a really great deal. If you put these bathtubs in all of the apartments,
We had
because
showers in the showroom that were bigger than my bathroom.
oh my goodness. I so fun fact. What's the nicest shower that you've ever been in? Are you a shower guy?
Yeah, I'm a shower guy, and so I just went to that estate house for my brother's wedding, and like every bathroom, it was like 4 bedrooms or 4 bathrooms in like that house. Every one of them had like really nice showers. I showered in like the one that like I shared with like my parents, and then like the very last day, I was like, Brian, like I'm gonna go shower in your shower because like it was, like I said, the size of my bathroom. Like their bathroom was the size of my apartment, let alone like their bathroom being or their shower being the size of my bathroom. And
Jeez.
like I was like, I'm gonna go shower in that. And then my mom got like all embarrassed. She's like, "You don't like don't do that. Like just go take a shower. It's just a shower. Like what difference does it make?" It's like don't like let everybody know that you're excited to go shower in a nice shower. And I'm like, Mom, this is like we're in $100 million house right now. Like I want to shower in the nice shower. Like, is that so wrong?
I mean, fair enough. I feel like moms are there to be embarrassed regardless of anything
Yeah.
else. And if you're there, I mean, I'm here for nice
Yeah.
showers. Nice
Yeah.
showers are really nice.
Yeah. And like she was like, don't go tell them you're gonna try and take a shower in their room. And then like yelled who my brother my sister-in-law like yells from their room, like, you can do it. And I'm like, yeah, see, like nobody cares about this but you. And then I didn't take a shower in it because my mom was too embarrassed.
No, sometimes you got to respect your mom, even if it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But I will say, so my favorite shower that I've ever taken, we stayed at Caesar's Palace for a couple of days, and the shower room in there was the size of probably this like whole apartment room. Like I swear, man.
It's
And it
crazy.
had like a raindrop,
Yeah.
like overhead whatever thing with like heavy hot water. Oh,
Yeah. The what's it called? Like the rainfall shower heads, where
yeah.
like the gravity just kind of does it for it. Like you still have to have really high water pressure with those though. Look at me over here like pitching
I
shower.
was like, you know
Uh,
exactly what it is. You sold these before.
yeah, you still do have to have like good water pressure because if you don't, like they kill your water pressure. They cut your water pressure in half because like the water comes out and then gravity takes over. So if you have like a really low water pressure, you're not going to get enough water for like the gravity to do its thing and it's going to just completely destroy your water pressure.
Yeah, and it's not going to fill out the whole thing because it is a giant. It is a
Yeah,
lot of
it's like
water that's coming out.
yeah, we had one that was $750 from manufacturer. That was crazy. Like, that was how much we paid for it. I was like, holy, it was like
And you
the
probably
size of
upcharged
a
like
pizza.
2.5 grand.
It was the size of a pizza up there, dude. It was huge.
Yeah, that was what existed in Caesars when I was there, and I remember that. It's funny that you mention it because I remember at the time we shared a room. It was Jay, Micah, and I took a shower like twice a day because I love that thing so much. And
Yeah.
I enjoy a shower. I'm a lizard. Give me the hot water. Like, let me sit in a steam bath or steam
I've been
room.
doing cold showers, but yeah.
You're a monster for that.
Yeah, it's tough.
I can't do it. It's
I
probably
took a
so
break
much
from it.
better
It
for
was
your
hard to go
heart
back to
too,
it.
man.
It was hard to go back to it. When I was on vacation, I was like, all right, warm showers, it's fine. And then I came back and I'm like, cold showers, and I was like, this is horrible. Like,
This is
why am I
actively
doing
awful.
this?
Oh my goodness. I'm glad that I'm not there for that activity.
Yeah, I'm glad you're not there for my showers too.
Hey, maybe next time. It's never too late. But geez, no,
So Sarah's got bathtubs showing up in her algorithm now. That's crazy. That's hilarious.
Is it from Bath Planet?
It's probably from her typing bath. Oh, like are the ads coming up from Bath
Oh yeah,
Planet?
yeah.
I don't know. Bath Planet, Bath Planet, Bath Planet, Bath Planet.
Just yelling into the
Sorry,
phone.
I don't want them to get your business anyways. Bath fitters, bath fitters, bath fitters.
Direct competition.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
god.
Still owned by the same person too.
Which is insane to me.
I think. I don't know. I just said that.
We are in a public forum, Jordan. You can't just off the dome it, my dude.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. I can and I will.
This is why you're gonna get all the feedback lashback.
Hey, what was bath fitters just gonna comment on the thing and be like, "Hey, just so you know, we did change owners." They're not gonna correct me, you know.
I'm just imagining a scenario where you're like, "Hey, Shady Rays, you want to check us out? Did you sent out that email, right?
I
You ever
sent
get a
out an
response?"
email and they were like, "Hey, email this other like our marketing team." They gave me the marketing email, and then they were like, "Give us like a good breakdown of what you do. We vet everybody pretty closely, you know, to make sure you're on brand with us." And then I didn't send another one after that because I was like, I don't even really know what the fuck we do.
You should
I
do
do.
it. Send them the channel.
Yeah, and I
If
will.
nothing else,
And
send
I
them the
will.
video.
Yeah, and I will. It was just like we were like we were like 3 weeks in at that point, 3 or 4 weeks in,
Yeah.
and it was like every podcast we did, we weren't talking about what we were supposed to be. We still aren't. And
But to be fair, the whole purpose, I feel like, of us going live and chatting for an hour is to provide a little bit of entertainment. And if you happen to be a small business owner, if you want to start a small business, if this is something that interests you, you can pick up a lot of really good information.
Yeah.
If nothing else, like, come in and ask some questions. Like, we provide a forum, a live stream of, hey,
the,
we know shit. This is what we do.
the
Like,
product I want out there is an area where you can come and you can hang out and just shoot the shit with us and we just have a good time, and then maybe we sparse in a little bit of marketing knowledge here and there for you.
Well, exactly. And I feel like more than anything else, that's what we do. We have a good conversation. And then we have random, hey, if you're a small business owner, make sure your website is good.
Yeah.
Make sure your website doesn't do all of these things. If you're working in sales and if you are a contractor and you do bathrooms, don't be like Bath Planet. It's not good.
Was that
We
slander?
don't like that.
Are we about to get in trouble for that? Did you just slander them?
What?
Did you just slander Bath Planet? You said, hey, if you want to be a good bath manufacturer, don't be like Bath Planet. We're about to get sued.
Well, that's not slander. That's opinion.
That is fair.
You're allowed to have an opinion in free speech, my brother. This is well, okay, for now.
Yeah,
we should put,
we'll see. Yeah,
disclaimer.
Let's be careful being very confident in what you can and can't say under free speech, because I'm pretty sure we don't know anything about that.
Well, hey, it used to be pretty clear what was and wasn't
pretty clean cut. It used to be pretty clean cut. Now, no,
things are a little bit different these days. But to bring it back around, to bring it back to small business websites, For like
Not
technical
slandering,
stuff,
it's true.
I feel like this is something that if you're a small business owner, you're not going to know a lot on the technical side of things. You're going to put together a website and you're going to want it to look nice, be easy to use, and accomplish the task that you want it to do. So, for example, if you want people to call you so that you can book them for mowing lawns, you want your phone number plastered all over the place, and you want that phone number to be active, going to you all of the time.
You also want your sorry. You want your phone number where you can click
Phone
it.
number.
You want it quick and easy to get to. You want your
Yeah.
email to do the same.
Click to
Uh,
call, click to email.
Click the email, click to call. I feel like the email gets used a little bit less than probably the click to call
Oh,
does.
yeah. Everyone
Especially for like
calls.
me. Like I'm someone who like if I'm mobile and I click an email and it takes me to like my mail app instead of Gmail, you know, like I'm like, nope, we're just gonna copy and paste this right in there. But I believe that there probably are regular humans who actually do things properly and will use that mail app. I'm not one of them, but you want to be able to include them. Uh, Location.
Those are people too.
Location is a big one.
Yeah.
One thing we like to do, pro tip here, some of the secret sauce, the secretest of sauce, in the footer of your site, try to slap in an embedded Google map. That
Yep.
way, Google sees their own map on your web page. They know that they are doing it. They have the right address because you are also showing their address. That is a big one. And then
Mhm.
something I like to do in the top header, I will slap in an address and I will hyperlink that address to also take you to that Google link to that Google map page.
Yeah, basically just giving Google more information and being like, "Yo, this is all stuff that we've got going on and we're paying attention to." And
And you're confirming their information
yep,
on Google. That's a big one for them. They like it when you're like, "Hey, what they say is right." When you use information from Google, they appreciate that a lot. Same also goes to your reviews.
yep.
If you have like a widget or something that can pull your Google reviews and put it on the site, so long as you got a lot of good reviews, that's going to go a long way as well.
It is worth noting. I want to be specific here. If you have good Google reviews, you have good reviews on like these platforms, these citations, definitely great. Customer testimonials, not really. Um, if they're customer testimonials posted to their like personal Facebook and you're sharing it on a social media, that's great. But if you're just posting a testimonial to your website and you're like screenshotting or you're typing it out yourself, those can be faked. And I know personally when I view them, I do not ever think that they're legitimate.
Literally, when you use AI to build a site using like Divi AI and stuff like that, it will pre-populate fake testimonials for you. It
Oh
will
my
put them in
goodness.
there automatically.
That's so crazy to me,
Yeah.
man. Wait,
So,
so
so testimonials aren't going to do you anything like Google
yeah,
wise, SERP wise, and everything. Like they don't really help. One thing I will say though is like there's two things I'll say. One, take a little bit of pride in yourself. When someone
yeah.
says something good, put it on there just for yourself. Hey, this is a highlight. Like
Mhm.
I would still use it. And the second, some people maybe will look at those and like though. Like, there are people who will see that and like are like, hey, like this person liked it. I think I will too. And I think that does go a long way. We had our call with our massage client yesterday and he was like, I was trying to come up with like how I would describe you guys, and he's like, I don't want to call you like marketing professionals because you guys have been so great. He's like I think I'm going to start calling you guys are the marketing champs now. And I was like, I want to put that on the website. I
The
love
marketing
that. I
teams.
take a lot of pride in him saying that.
Well,
I love
yeah.
it.
That was honestly, that one felt pretty good, and I think it was more so because he didn't want to refer to us as his marketing team. He was
Yeah.
like, "This is my marketing team," because it made him feel almost like too official and too like he was like,
Yeah.
"I feel too professional. Like these are my
But
market.
here's the
This is
thing.
my
Here's the
marketing
thing.
team."
I give him one more year, and then he's there. Then he
Well,
does
yeah,
have a marketing team. He's got employees now. He just hired an
yeah.
employee. Like he's getting there. Like
I'm
soon
still
he's
stoked
gonna
about
have to look at it as like I'm not a massage therapist. I'm a business owner. You know.
that. Yeah.
And
Well, and it's crazy because he is a business owner right
yeah,
now, and if you're a small business owner, you are a business owner. Like you're a service provider.
yeah.
You do your service.
Even if you are just doing like a service based like I just do this one thing and like I do it like that's still a business. You are a business
Yeah.
owner. You're an entrepreneur. Congratulations. Put it on the resume.
Put it on your resume because hopefully you'll never have to apply for another job
Yeah,
if you're a
yeah, I was
business
gonna
owner.
say, hopefully you'll
I
never
was like,
need
wait,
that
wait, wait.
resume But like, but still, when you get to put it on the resume, it feels good.
Very much so. So I want to highlight, and I want to be a little bit blunt. We're heading the last like couple minutes here, and I want to get into the idea of improving the podcast, improving what we do,
I'm great.
improving how we do. I want to get a meta level here. Do you think we've done better at not using the extra words? Because
Like the
to
ums and uhs.
the ums and uhs, yeah.
I think I still struggle with it a good bit.
I think
Be-
we did better. I think we
uh,
did better today.
yeah, yeah. I try to be conscious of it. There's definitely times like in the middle of them where I get a little bit more conscious of it, and then there are times where I feel it slipping off and I get into it. See, there it is, like right there.
You're like,
It's that filler space that I'm just trying to get to the next line. Like I have a line in my head that I want to say, but it's like something needs to go right before that to get you into it, and then
yeah,
it
there
ends up
needs to
being
be a little
ums.
bit of a like transition almost, and even
Yeah.
there. But Sarah, I don't notice a lot of ums. Appreciate it. I'm glad that you don't. I think personally, I notice them and I overuse them, and I definitely use things like and it causes just a little bit of disconcerting space in the edits when we make shorts or when we try to edit the video down into different lengths, into different, video
Some,
formats so we can post it elsewhere. It
something
definitely.
I know that I'm really bad at, like in normal conversation, not just in this like environment, is I will, if I find myself getting to the end of a thought, I will still say like at the end as if I'm going to continue that thought, and then I
Mhm.
will just stop talking. And like I hear people waiting for me to say something else, and it's like, no, for some reason my brain thought like was the end of that sentence when it shouldn't have
That was the
been.
period at the end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Like,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
It's
it, dude.
so
And I catch myself not doing it here. Sometimes I think I'm really bad. I will start talking and then like I will look at the comments like in the middle of like a thought, and then all of a sudden I'm trying to like finish my thought, but also like now the comments in my brain, and then
Mhm.
I feel like I don't get my thought out as clearly as I want to, and that gets a little annoying and something I need to improve on. I really should just close the chat. I should just not have the
Well,
chat
it's
open. But you want to
you want to keep
engage.
the chat open to like pay attention and engage, but you don't want it to be overly distracting or anything like that either.
Yeah.
I know personally, if I didn't have it open, I would be all over the place. I've got like that ADHD where I'm like, okay, I'm hearing something go on. I'm trying to like not trip over my own tongue as I speak.
I have our meeting notes over here on my monitor, and like the moment we get past a spot that I know I'm at, and then I have to turn and look and try and find it, I just give up and then I just go off whatever you're talking about for the rest of the show. Like I'm
You're
not
like,
gonna sit
it's
here
a
and just
bullet
like
point too.
look up, and especially now with like this being the top of my notes and I have to like do a full.
Full up down. But I bring this up mainly to let everyone know, to kind of make it public knowledge. Like Jordan and I are working on these things. We've not made content before. I think this is our first time.
I've
Like, have
done
you
like
ever been on a podcast before? Have you made
never really
videos?
on a podcast. I used to do like YouTube videos of me playing PlayStation and stuff like that, but
Yeah, a little bit different than what this currently is. And so I kind of just wanted to bring it together and say, hey, one of the things we want to work on is our speaking generally being more clear and getting those ideas across a little bit more clearly. And I think we're doing better. I
I
think
think we're
personally I did better today. I'm pretty happy with that.
yeah. Yeah, I think we did a pretty good job of speaking pretty clearly about things. I don't think we talked too much in circles. I think we got what through segment 3 of 6 segments over here on the
I
note.
don't want to draw attention to it, but I did we get to
I don't know. I lost place in it and stopped following. So.
I think we actually got through two. Number 3 is content and messaging. And let me just read this because I want everyone to know like these are what our notes look like. Use do
Share
use
your
clear
screen.
headlines that explain what you do in seconds. Have a strong CTA. Call us. Book now. Get a quote. Make sure it's consistent. If you're booking people, if you're a lawn care company, every single button you want to be call now. Don't use jargon. Using any of the letters, CIA, FBI, MBA, all of these different breakdowns can be really difficult for people. And then leave outdated information on all of your stuff, old phone numbers, staff that doesn't work there. You need to make sure you get rid of stuff that's not active. This is something we struggle with, I know, quite a bit, because we
juggle
we
too many sites.
yeah,
We just
juggle a
have
lot.
too many of them going at one time. They're not all like the same phone numbers. They're all different phone numbers, emails, and everything. And yeah, it becomes a little hard to juggle all of them while actively also making new ones.
Exactly. It's the expansion while maintaining. But hey, man, I'm kind of here for it.
You see my screen here. You see how much of a Google Doc I can display on one single screen at a time right now.
It's actually
Look at
insane
that.
that you can do 2 full
It's like-
sheets.
yeah.
That's actually kind of insane. But hey, thanks so much for joining Jordan and I on this episode of Lunch with the Boys. It's always a pleasure to have you guys here. I hope you picked up some good tips for small businesses. If you did, let us know. If you have questions, feel free to reach out and ask. If you are at all interested in chatting with me, come check us out. I provide free 30-minute audits. If you want to come talk D&D, you want to come have me audit your website using any one of our audit programs. If you want me to give you some advice on a new idea that you might be having, if you want to service feedback, come chat, and I will, make time. Very much enjoy chatting with people about all their different ideas, and maybe we can segue that into getting you ranked on Google and getting you some more business.
Maybe
Fingers
we
crossed.
can just talk D&D.
Maybe we can just talk D&D. I've got some really great ideas for you.
I've got 2 appointments scheduled already, dude. We're gonna have a great time.
all of my appointments are just you. Little do you
what do you
know.
think about this D&D concept I got? I had a fun little concept that I kind of want to do. I'm gonna pitch it here live really fast. It's just gonna be like a little filler episode in one of my campaigns, like when not everybody can make it. I want to send people off on a mission to go find a half elf, and that's gonna be the entire information they're gonna have. And then they're gonna come across a minotaur with pointy ears, and they're gonna have to fight him before realizing that he's actually the half elf, and that he's not half elf, half human. He's gonna be half minotaur.
Nice.
Fun little
And
twist.
with that, we'll see you next week, Monday, on the Joey Matterhorn channel. Peace out. It's been